was no NBA, but there were plenty of pro teams barnstorming across the country. One of them was the Hong Wah Kues, the Chinese hero warriors.
It was a good experience, chance to see the different states in the United States. We'd never been out of California, so that was an opportunity for us.
You didn't have anything else to do. You know, you couldn't go we didn't go anyplace, we just stayed in Chinatown.
It was there at the Chinese playground these 6 young men learned the game before starring at various San Francisco high schools. With their coach Frank Cullerton, the Hong Wah Kues hit the road. Over 3.5 months, the team would play 75 games, traveling through 19 states and parts of Canada.
There's a 5-passenger car and 3 guys sit in front and a little footstool in the back, and the 4 guys sit in the back. Yeah, it's very tight.
See, California, they've seen Chinese play, more or less. But we didn't have that big a crowd. But after we got out of California, then the crowds start forming.
To make the team more exotic, the players wore silk uniforms and only spoke Chinese on the court.
They eat it up, because they don't know what you're talking about. And you get a kick by it. You know, you can swear and they won't know what it's talking about.
Oh, we went back. I think we won 75% of our game. You know, we couldn't win them all. You know, there were some real good teams. And besides that, some of the heights were pretty good. You know, we were way over us. You know.
How did you overcome though the height disadvantage? You were a lot smaller than a lot of the teams.
Yes, but we were fast. We were pretty fast. We passed, we run, and you know. I'm not too sure in the old days they ran that much, but we ran a lot.
While some newspapers use racist terms to describe them, the Hong Wah Kues often won the crowd over with their hustle and determination. They became Chinese-American ambassadors, using basketball as a way to reach a mostly white audience.
In one town, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, they had a tradition that won't allow Chinese go in there because during the early days, the Chinese worked for coolie wages, so they banned the Chinese from going into that town. So when we played there and we beat them, we broke the tradition.
Were they mad?
No, they weren't mad. They just forget about the tradition then.
Instead of reading this or reading that, or somebody else told them, they knew firsthand at least what this bunch was like.
To the local Chinese-American communities, the Hong Wah Kues were treated like celebrities.
Just like in Canada. We were surprised that 400 or 500 people come out to watch us play. They were very nice people, friendly, and they even have a big banquet for us after the game.
As the team's confidence grew, so did its showmanship.
When I had 2 foul shots, I shoot the first one in, then the second one, I bounce it in off the floor, and then it goes in. And they got a shock out of that.
The biggest crowd pleaser was a late Robert Lum.
Bobby, or Robert, he's the smallest. He's about 5'3", I think. He could dribble. He could dribble around anybody. He'd dribble underneath their legs. and, you know, so you can't stop him.
Here come the Globetrotters.
Lum's antics helped catch the eye of Harlem Globetrotters owner Abe Saperstein, and a series of games was set up against the Hong Wah Kues.
And they know that we couldn't beat them. So we play, and they do a lot of funny stuff, and we try to copy them and do all that stuff, and we knew at the end they're going to beat us by 5, 10 points. They don't run away with the game, you know. They just made it fairly close.
While the Hong Wah Kues learned from the Globetrotters, they also inspired their opponent. Some say Saperstein was so impressed with Lum, he developed his own dribbling wizards like Marcus Haynes and Curly Neal. In 1940, a new version of the Hong Wah Kues hit the road, but soon America entered World War II and the team disbanded. But after nearly 6 decades, the memories and the pride remain.
Now when I look back, then I think we make a little history 57 years ago, being the only Chinese touring basketball team. There's none now.
You're pretty proud of that.
Oh yeah, we were the only one.